Okay, I've had a lot of people ask me how I've made these lovelies, and I'm gonna try to do a quick tutorial for you. All it is, cardstock. Let me see that. Cardstock. Got this from Hobby Lobby. You can use your coupon. It's 12 by 12 cardstock. I did not get the heavyweight. I don't like how it shows the wrinkles when you roll the ends. So just regular weight cardstock. You can use 12 by 12 or 8.5 by 11, just depending on how big you want your flowers to be. The bigger the petals, the fewer you're going to have to make an entire wall of flowers. And I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make it. It's simple. Pick your cardstock. A lightweight is the best that I have used so far. You can use construction paper if you want. You can use copier paper, but I don't really think that it looks as nice. I prefer cardstock, or you can use a nice cotton paper if you want. So get your cardstock. You also need scissors, a pencil if you want to draw out your design. You don't have to. It's kind of fun just to freehand them. A tool to curl your petals so that they end up like this. Glue sticks and your glue gun. So what I did is I drew out a simple design, and I chose the 8.5 by 11 for this one. So just draw out your simple little design. Mine has like a little wave at the top. This is probably the ugliest petal I've drawn, but it doesn't matter once you cut it out. So draw it, and then we're going to cut it out. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be the same size. They don't even have to be the same shape. So we're cutting out our design. Now we have our first petal, and it's flat right now. So in order to make it a three-dimensional petal so it stands up a little bit, you're going to take your scissors and snip in the center up about 1.5 to 2 inches. So it goes from flat to three-dimensional. So the outer petals, the largest ones, I have only overlapped slightly, maybe 1/4 inch. Because the more that you bring it in, the higher your petal is going to stand up, and you don't want your outer petals to stand straight up in the air. That's not gonna look good. So, get your glue gun, put a tiny bit of glue on one side, overlap it slightly, and then let it dry. Your next step is going to be to curl your ends. You can curl them back, you can curl them to the front, whichever you prefer. On this one here, the outer petals are obviously curled out. So the easiest way that I found to do this is just to roll it. You don't need something to curl it. See, roll it up, simple, let it go. You have curled edges. Perfect. Now I'll do that on these other two. There we go. And we'll overlap them. Okay. Just keep doing that. Same method. And you will want the same shape. Well, I did the same shape. You can do different shapes if you want. The same shape in 4 different sizes. So your largest, then your mid. This is getting closer to your center, and The little ones are your centerpieces. You'll need to cut out a circle. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle. 3 to 4 inches. Doesn't really matter. It's going to be the base of our flower. So we start with our outer petals. Put a little bit of glue and just stick it on your center. And keep going around and around and around. Just depending on how full you want, how large you want, your flower will determine how many outer petals you use. I'm probably going to end up using about 6 on this flower here. If you wanted to make it larger, you could. Maybe about 7. Like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. No flower is perfect. It's nature. Last one here. So, there we have our outside. And I think I did use 7 total. So we go to the next round. And my advice is not to put them lined up. Put them in between 2 petals, the next row. And just keep going around. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You can use a heart-shaped petal. You can just cut out like a jagged little petal. You can just use a rounded petal. They're all gonna give you different looks. And you just keep going until you feel you have enough. So we can glue the petal, stick it in, or you can stick the glue down in, then stick the petal on. It doesn't matter. Either way, it gets the job done. Okay, now we are doing our center. Now for the very center, I'm going to take one of my small petals, and instead of folding it out, I'm going to roll it inward so I get the center of my rose. And I'm going to glue it so it stays in place. In the middle. Now these closer to the middle, I curled some in and out. I curled some with them both in, all the way out. Usually the center is a little bit tighter, so that's why I did that. I'm not going to use as many in the middle because it's not necessary. But just keep throwing them on there until you like the way it looks. I think I'm going to stop there at the middle. And there it is, my finished rose. There's a little bit of a close-up. So hopefully this made sense and you could actually see what I was doing. This is my first tutorial ever. And if you want me to do some more tutorials on some other crafty things, just let me know. Thanks!